Christian Tate came out, Andrew Tate's brother, big social media, and he defended Dillon Danis, and he made an excellent point. So Christian came out, and he was basically talking about everything is fair game in fight promotion, right? Don't do any crimes. Don't touch the guy. You don't go assault the guy. But as far as getting a back and forth verbally as a way of gaining attention, getting the media and getting the public's interest, particularly when it's an influencer fight, right? This was Christian's point, particularly when it's an influencer fight. Like, that's what influencers do. And then they might drive you towards a toothpaste that makes your teeth sparkle. They might drive you towards a new dress that you'd look great in a designer's website, or in this case, they're driving you towards a pugilistic sporting event. And Christian compared it to Mike Tyson with Lennox Lewis, and he said, was there anything out of bounds when Mike Tyson told Lennox Lewis, I'm going to stomp on your testicles and I'm going to eat your children? And Christian determined, no, there was nothing out of bounds with that. There was nothing improper about that. What would have been improper is if Lennox Lewis sued Mike Tyson for saying that. That would have been improper. That would have ruined everything. That would have changed the dynamic. Lennox and Mike. Now I'm going a little off. Okay, that's what Christian said. That I'm going to credit to him, which influences what I'm going to tell you now, which is Mike and Lennox were partners. And there's plenty of businesses out there where people don't like their partner. There's businesses where partners don't talk. It's not as though this becomes a ruse or this becomes pro wrestling because they're working together. They can despise each other very legitimately. And they are in the one field where they can actually go and fight. So many people relate to that. You have somebody, whether it's in the classroom or in the office or on the job site, that if you could get away with fighting, you would. If you could get away with punching that person, you would. Logan and Dillon went and got licensed and sanctioned, and they're in the one industry where they actually can. So it's not a manufactured conflict. It isn't fake. It isn't pro wrestling. It's real. But they're partners nonetheless. And Christian's point that if you want to go out of bounds or you want to talk about what's across the line, it's this. You don't sue the guy bringing attention to the business that your partner's in. You just don't do that. And it shouldn't just be from the standpoint that is out of bounds. And Christian's completely right. It's not just that. You also have MAMs involved. You have the guy that's putting up the money and bringing this entire thing. And now you've got a thing in the form of a lawsuit that could jeopardize all of that. That's got to keep MAMs up at night. That's got to keep MAMs staying in touch with Perry's people to get extra plane tickets, extra fights, paying extra participation, right? You've got a lot of things because now your fight is in great jeopardy. And why would it not be? You have somebody that's done something that's out of bounds. Logan told Dillon right when this started, stop or I'm not going to box you. He told him that. So that same thing should be fair for Dillon to say to Logan, you stop or I'm not going to box you. And I suspect it will happen. What would be the point of putting a bunch of money in a dude's pocket if you got to go and do lawsuits that can bankrupt you? And there's nothing that changes, by the way. Like these photographs or these tweets or these messages or the people that have seen them and shared them don't unsee them. They don't come off of the internet. They don't go away. But Dillon is going to have to go to courts and get all of these things done. He's already got a restraining order put on him in New Jersey because he didn't show up for the court date. Why would he show up for the court date? I mean, how are you going to show up for a court date? What an underhanded thing to do to somebody. What an underhanded system that it could be done. I like Logan, by the way. I like Logan a lot. I've met him one time, but he was a really great guy, and I've shared that with you. I really like him. I'm not attempting to be condescending or funny at all. I don't know his fiance's name. I don't know what her name is. But she's got an incredibly healthy ego to think anybody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody. Not a couple of people, not just Chael doesn't care, because Chael's got other things. Nobody cares. She is not a fixture in this at all. She is trying to be with her healthy ego. She is trying to assert herself. She's now announced that she will be coming to the fight. There is nothing about this that isn't attention seeking and that she's trying to gain. And any hurt feelings that she's pretending to have, or quite possibly even does have, is because she's so glued to social media. It's not real. That is a massive character flaw. And moreover, whatever damages are supposedly done, I don't even know her name. I know what she looks like. I know she's engaged to a guy that I think's a cool guy. But that would be the credit that I would give her. Fuck's idea where she was born, if her parents are married, if she's got brothers and sisters, what she does for a living, if she went to college. I don't know anything about her. I've seen photos that were taken willfully. Supposedly, these were stolen due to a hack. They were still taken willfully. Right? This is a very bizarre thing. And Christian Tate's right. The only thing out of bounds as it regards to this fight is the lawsuit. That is a terrible thing to do to somebody who is partners with your fiance. Who not for nothing, right? I don't want to be a scumbag about this, but when I tell you I don't know what she does or what, I got an idea that she doesn't do anything. I got an idea that she doesn't have money or a way to go or a fancy car to drive or a big house to sleep in if it wasn't for him. So if he's supporting everything, which he is, if he's supporting everything, and his partner, his business partner, is putting money into the pocket, and then you're going to go over here and sue him on the side? Get a restraining order, then you're going to show up to an event? It lacks all sincerity. It's underhanded. It's wrong. It's wrong. And it's Logan's job to unwind it and make it stop.